So story time. I haven't day one in about a week. This story is about the first time I ever been incarcerated. Now, what's crazy about this story is that it was a gang of us, and we weren't up to no good to begin with. I'm not gonna name anybody's names on this story, even though the case is already done and over with. But some people got status in their jobs and stuff, so I can't really name names, but just know that it was the people that I've been hanging out with ever since I moved to the Hanks area. Now, the crazy part is this story is only from my point of view. I'm almost sure that there's other friends of mine that were there that saw it from a different point of view, which is cool as well. But in this particular story, we were at a store called the Good Time Store. It was a corner store right there. It's a 7-Eleven now, or a DK or whatever. But at the time, it was a Good Time store, and it was on the corner of George Dita and Pebble Hills. We were there trying to get somebody to buy us beer. That's what we were doing. I remember that because we were trying to find somebody to buy us beer. We stood in front of the store. Now that looking at it, it was silly because it was a gang of us. It was like, I'm surprised the cops never even just showed up, or the store clerk called the cops or anything. So anyway, we're out there just messing around, doing our thing and all that stuff, asking people to buy us beer. They were saying no. It was like nothing but blacks and Hispanics and one Korean. And we look suspect. But this guy comes up. I remember this guy drove up in a black Jaguar. It was an old school Jaguar, and he said, "Don't steal my car, okay?" What the fuck did he say? So I was like, whoa, what? I was in shock. I think all of us was in shock at the time when he walked into the store. So when he walked into the store, he comes out the store. We kind of brushed it off and went on our way. But when he came outside, he was like, "Whew, I'm glad you niggas didn't steal my car." Yo, like, what is up with this dude? I was like, whoa. So you would expect that story was the majority of us was black, but that wasn't the person who confronted him. It was one of my best friends that did it. And when he confronted him, he went ahead with I think he had a kendo stick. And I think with the kendo stick, he hit the dude. So this is where I kind of blacked out at, and this is based on stories that was told to me. I saw him getting into it with this man. He hit the man with the kendo stick, I remember. But I don't know if that man threw a punch first, but I think he did. I could be wrong. But I blacked out when all I remembered was I opened up his trunk, and he had just all these bats. Like, because he was playing softball. I picked up one of them aluminum bats. I jumped over the car, or jumped on the car. You won't see me. Proceeded to whack this man. So I whacked this man, and I don't remember anything that happened except from what people were telling me that were there. All I remember is this big old Mexican dude with a 2x4 comes out of the store. I'm assuming he worked there. He comes out of the store, and then he proceeded to bash my friends. We took off. Because you would think out of all this commotion, the only thing we were worried about was that windshield and how we were going to explain to his mama that somebody bashed the windshield. So we were over here trying to concoct stories on how to, and we all separated. I remember we all separated. So the ass kicker, though, was the aftermath. I didn't know what happened to that man. Okay, we left. All I remember is one of my friends that I always talk about in stories that's always with us. He gets popped by the police. We were like, whoa. So this is when I knew this was gonna become serious because he gets popped. Then I get popped. No, then my other friend, my best friend, got popped. I was like, what? So I said, man, I ain't going to school. So I kind of was ditching school, and then my brother, man, he was so stupid. I guess the cops figured it out that I wasn't going to show up to school. And the best time to get me was at 6 a.m. So 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor. And my brother comes into the room, and my brother is 9 years older than me, okay? So it's not like he was a kid. He comes, he's like, hey, first of all, he let the cops in to the house. I don't even think they had a warrant. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think they had a warrant for my arrest. But they were detectives. And so here's the crazy part about it. He let the cops in the house. I walk out of my bedroom. They're asking me my name and all that. I verify my name. They say, hey, can you talk to us outside? I go outside and I get handcuffed and I go to jail. That's the very first time I ever went to jail. Now, the craziest part about this whole story was that I call my friend, the last one that got put in jail. He tells me, shut up, don't say anything. We're working on a lawyer right now. Just don't talk. Okay. So I didn't talk. They kept taking me into interrogations. They were like, we already know what happened. We just need your side of the story so you can go home. I didn't say anything. I just sat there and I was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? What event? What this? What that? And I played stupid. They got so mad they just threw me back upstairs. I'm walking around in orange jumpsuits, looking like a felon, and I was 17. I thought I was going to go to juvie, but that was the year that they changed the law that you get tried as an adult at 17. So that's what happened. All to fucking find out years later when I got my record expunged and stuff, to get it clean for real life, that a dude that's in prison now was the one that snitched on all of us when I saw the affidavit. That's how we all got popped and went to jail. 9 times out of 10, we didn't. And here's where the law was crazy. I get busted. So I'm not sure with my other homeboy, the first one that got busted with, I'm not sure what his charge was. And then my other friend got charged with aggravated assault. I got, this is how I know we were snitched on. Because like I told you, I don't remember what happened when I hit that man with the bat, but they charged me with attempted murder. So my very first charge, was attempted murder. But I'm free. I ain't do anything. I'm good now. 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor.